What is up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today we are talking about why Justin Gaethje could be an easy fight for Ilia Topuria. This past weekend Justin and Paddy threw down at UFC 324 and it looks like Merab Dvalishvili thinks Ilia would have an easy night against Justin Gaethje. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. During UFC 324 while Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje were fighting, Merab Dvalishvili was reacting to the bout from the crowd. He called both Justin and Paddy dirty boxers and said they have no proper technique. He then went on to say that Ilia Topuria is laughing right now and would have an easy matchup against both Paddy and Justin. Here is the clip.
Ilia is laughing now because they have dirty boxing, really, you know. They just fighting hard, but there is no good technique. But Ilia will be laughing now because Ilia has such a high level boxing.
Now while it is true that Ilia does have very high level boxing and his combinations look almost perfect, that should not discredit Justin Gaethje boxing. Justin has been in many wars and we truly cannot predict what would happen in a fight between these two. As you guys know, one shot can change an entire match instantly. The good news is that we will not have to speculate for long because it looks like the UFC is planning to book Gaethje vs Topuria for the White House card in June. Speaking of Ilia, he recently took a shot at Islam Makhachev, Khabib Nurmagomedov and Charles Oliveira. Ilia appeared on a show called Guess the Pro Fighter where he had to watch two random guys grapple and choose who he believed was not a professional fighter. The man Ilia picked turned out to be an amateur fighter who claimed he trained in Dagestan with Islam and Khabib and also in Brazil with Charles Oliveira. Ilia responded by telling him that is why you have not improved. This moment happened on Ibayano's show. Now shifting gears to what is next for Paddy Pimblett, Belal Muhammad believes that Paddy should fight Dan Hooker next. According to Belal, Arman Tsarukyan would be far too much for Paddy to handle right now.
Paddy, he's going to need a lot of recovery. I think the UFC definitely, especially after a fight like that, you want to get him back in the win column. You don't want to give him too hard of a fight, but you can't just throw him. There is no layups in the UFC anymore. I think they're going to end up giving him somebody like Dan Hooker. They got a little back and forth. They've been talking trash. You don't want to give him Arman. I think Arman's the toughest test in that lightweight division for any of these guys, and I just don't know where he goes from here.
Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch recently talked about something wild they saw Paddy Pimblett doing while cutting weight for UFC 324. Sean said he could not believe it because everyone else was dying to make weight. He explained that he was in the back at 136 pounds struggling like everyone else while Paddy was sitting there aggressively ripping his vape and blowing clouds. Sean said Paddy was already on weight at 154 pounds even though he normally walks around close to 200 pounds. According to Sean, the only thing going into his body at that moment was the toxic vape hitting his stomach and his blood vessels. Now moving on to Arman Tsarukyan and the incident with Dan Hooker. Over the past few months we have been covering the ongoing Tsarukyan saga and why he has not received a title shot. Dana White has publicly stated that Arman did not get the opportunity because he pulled out of the Islam Makhachev fight last year and due to some of his actions outside the octagon. One of those incidents involved Dan Hooker during their stare down in Qatar where Arman headbutt Dan. Arman later admitted that he could not control his anger, which explains why Dana has been hesitant to reward him with a title fight. During a recent appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Dan Hooker revealed new details about the incident. Dan confirmed that the headbutt actually broke his nose. He explained that after the fight doctors discovered he had a fractured nose and that it happened because of the headbutt.
Dude, I could not believe I was on weight, 136 pounds, in the back, dying like everyone else, and Paddy was sitting there ripping his vape, blowing clouds.
I chat GPT it. Yeah, literally Paddy's on weight, 154 pounds. The guys used to walk around 200 pounds, and the only thing going into his body, hitting his stomach, hitting his blood vessels, is this toxic vape.
Does this change how you look at Arman's performance at UFC Qatar? He fought an opponent with a fractured nose that he allegedly caused before the fight. At least that is how it was presented. However, Arman Tsarukyan says otherwise. After the clip began circulating on social media, Arman fired back by posting a side-by-side photo of Dan Hooker before and after the fight with the caption, "Come on Dan." Interestingly, Dan Hooker actually seems to support Arman getting a title shot next. During the same interview, Dan said he felt bad and admitted that Arman won him over as a fan. He explained that the saddest part is that the best years of Arman's career are being wasted. Dan went on to say that Arman should be fighting Ilia and questioned who would not want to see that matchup. Let us be honest, after watching Paddy vs Gaethje, who really sees Gaethje beating Ilia? And speaking of Arman, he made headlines again last night when he issued a public apology to Dana White and Hunter Campbell. Arman appeared on Daniel Cormier's YouTube channel where he apologized for his past actions and asked for a title shot.
Dana and Hunter,
Yes, go ahead.
forgive me. Give me a title fight. I'll be good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm not gonna hit anybody anymore. And trying to be a good boy. So yeah, but I cannot. In the during camp, it can be happen everything. You know, like you can get hurt. But for the weight cut and for the punching bags or headbutt anybody, never happen again.
done.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm going to the fights, watch fights. Is someone like trying to like slap me? What I can do? Slap? I gotta slap him back, right?
Arman Tsarukyan revealed why he is not getting a title shot. He explained that the reasons are the same ones that have already been mentioned earlier. However, Arman also said that he has not even spoken to Dana privately about the incident.
You buy the reason that you're not getting the title fight?
I think this is Paramount first Paramount event. That's why they're a little bit scared to put me there.
Why?
Because I pulled out once in my life from my fight, and they doesn't believe that I can make it happen. And the second one, headbutt. Third one is that I punched the fan. I don't know. The fan makes sense. The fan.
You know what you say it all at
But
the
like,
same time.
yeah, but like I gotta meet and talk to them. What was the real?
Have you spoken to
No,
them?
no.
UFC Paramount numbers have officially been revealed. We are already right back in fight week for UFC 325, but first Paramount just released the streaming numbers and they are looking very strong. Paramount Plus announced that the first ever UFC card on the platform peaked at an insane 5.93 million concurrent streams. If this UFC and Paramount partnership ever expands into more regions, it could be massive for the company based on how strong these numbers are already looking. Now, speaking of UFC 324, we also received the first official rankings update of 2026. Following Justin Gaethje's victory at UFC 324, he is now ranked number 1 in the division with Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira, and Max Holloway all moving down one spot. As for Paddy Pimblett, he remains ranked number 5. In the bantamweight division, there were no changes at the top. Since both Umar Nurmagomedov and Aljamain Sterling won their fights, Aljamain remains ranked number 3 while Umar stays at number 2. Gene Silva made a huge jump in the featherweight rankings after his win over Arnold Allen. Silva moved up 4 spots in the division, which is one of the biggest climbs in the latest update. Now let us move on to the fighters headlining this weekend in Sydney, Australia. Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez were captured facing off to officially kick off fight week. How do you see this one playing out? Do we get a repeat of their first fight, or does Diego Lopez get it done this time around? Next, we have a fighter confirming he will be competing at UFC 327. That fighter is Cub Swanson. Cub posted a photo on Instagram with the UFC 327 date and captioned it, "It's official. UFC 327 is set to take place in Miami." The 42-year-old veteran is coming off a fight night win over Billy Quarantillo and currently holds a 15-10 record in the UFC. Who would you like to see Cub Swanson fight at UFC 327? Now let us end with an emotional moment involving Rose Namajunas. Sucker Punch Entertainment, the agency that manages Rose, shared a video of her signing autographs for fans after her loss to Natalia Silva this past weekend. You could tell Rose was extremely emotional after the fight, but she did not want her fans to leave empty-handed. She stayed behind and took time to interact with everyone. Huge respect to Rose for that moment.
Thank you. You are so awesome to us. Thank you.
Sean O'Malley vs. Corey Sandhagen could be next. While appearing on the Ariel Helwani show, Sugar Sean admitted that his main goal right now is to make as much money as possible. He said that if the UFC wants him to fight Corey Sandhagen next, then he expects to be paid like he is fighting for a title. According to Sean, the way his contract is structured allows him to earn significantly more money when he is booked in a title fight. Because of that, he wants to negotiate with the UFC and receive the same pay he would get in a championship bout, even if the fight against Corey is not officially for the belt.
I would say, can I wait for Peter Marab and, let that fight play out? I want to fight for the belt, or pay me the same amount as I would for as a title fight, and I'll fight Corey. It's for me, this has been a business since the beginning, since day one. I have wanted to
make as much money as possible. Right now, the way my contract's set up, I make a lot more money fighting for the title. Or pay me this, you know, I would say, hey, at the end of the day, UFC tells you what to do. It's not like I'm sitting there saying no this, no that. Like I would ask, I would negotiate. I would say, hey, you know, is there any way I can make the same amount of money, and go from there.
Whether Sean has enough star power and leverage in the UFC to make that happen is still questionable. It feels like his level of stardom has dropped since Merab defeated him twice. Even in his most recent win, the fan reaction was not as strong as many expected, and Sean himself admitted he had some critiques of his own performance. According to Sean, he felt his fight with Song Yadong was closer than he originally thought and said he probably should have let his hands go more. Sean explained that after rewatching the fight he realized how dangerous Song truly is. He said he was happy with the performance because he did what he needed to do to win. He believes he landed more shots and caused more damage against a very skilled, tough, fast and hungry opponent. Sean said that was the best version of Song Yadong. After reviewing the fight again, Sean admitted he could have thrown more but explained that Song is an extremely powerful and fast counter-puncher. He said the more he throws, the more danger comes back his way. Because of that, the lower output was part of the game plan. Sean explained that by throwing less he knew Song would counter less. He focused on landing shots, getting in and getting out, which he believes won him the fight. Sean said he did more damage and believes the judges got it right. Sean also revealed that he has only 2 fights left on his current UFC contract and expects to renegotiate before his next fight. He said the UFC typically does not like fighters reaching free agency and that discussions will likely happen soon. Sean said the UFC has treated him well, but he would still like to see fighter pay increase across the board. He also spoke positively about the new UFC bonus structure and said he wished it had been in place earlier in his career. Sean mentioned that he has earned 8 or 9 performance bonuses and said that if those bonuses had been $100,000 at the time, it would have made a huge difference. He praised the UFC for making that change. Now moving on to Ariel Helwani, who recently went off on Dana White over comments made about Tom Aspinall. During the post-fight press conference at UFC 324, Dana was asked about Tom Aspinall's eye injury and appeared to dismiss it by saying the surgery involved injections. The MMA community reacted strongly to Dana comments, especially considering Aspinall is the heavyweight champion. Even Aspinall himself questioned why he was being discussed at the event when he was not involved. Ariel Helwani did not hold back and criticized Dana White for what he saw as unnecessary and random disrespect toward Aspinall, especially since the event had nothing to do with him.
I don't know if he's still annoyed, if he had grander plans, if this screwed up plans, I don't know what it is, but to react like that about an eye injury and say, oh, there's actually injections. What? Who's signing up for injections? Honestly, who's signing up for injections? How could you be so dismissive of your heavyweight champion? Forget heavyweight champion, of any fighter who fights for you.
Aljamain Sterling recently reacted to Ariel Helwani comments and also fired back at a fan online. Sterling responded to Ariel's video by saying that he understands exactly what Tom Aspinall is going through because he has been in that same position before. Aljamain wrote that Tom can fight and win, and people will still find a way to bring up the situation and complain as if it is not in the past and as if it did not affect him. He added that when Dana does things like this, casual fans tend to eat it up and that it does not take much to show fighters a little grace. He said it costs nothing and that it is free. However, a fan accused Aljamain of being a hypocrite and changing his stance on Aspinall's injury. The fan pointed out that Aljamain initially criticized Tom for pulling out of the fight without knowing how serious the injury was, despite Aljamain being in a similar situation himself. The fan called that strange. Sterling responded by saying that it is bizarre that people still think his original response was an attack on Tom. He explained that he literally said only Tom knows how he truly felt. Aljamain said his only issue was that Tom immediately said certain words that caused the fight situation right away. He finished by telling fans to give it a break and actually listen and watch instead of twisting his words. What do you think about this entire situation? Should Tom Aspinall be receiving more sympathy, especially from his boss, or do you think Tom ruined the UFC plans and Dana White is now hiding his frustration while putting on a poker face? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now moving on to some sad news involving Ilia Topuria. It was recently revealed that Ilia has put his $3.5 million home up for sale this month following ongoing legal disputes. This was the home he shared with his ex-wife, and it is located in one of the most luxurious areas of Madrid where he frequently trained. The house was fully loaded and included a private gym with advanced recovery tools such as a hyperbaric chamber, a cold plunge, and machines many people have never even heard of. Hopefully this situation does not affect Ilia's return to the octagon. Finally, new details have confirmed that Dana White was not lying regarding Justin Gaethje pay. After Justin previously claimed that the UFC did not increase his pay following the Paramount deal, Dana White denied those claims and stated that Justin was offered more money but chose not to accept it. Many fans did not believe Dana, especially after Justin dismissed the topic during the press conference. However, Justin manager Ali Abdelaziz has now confirmed that Dana did in fact offer Justin more money. In a new interview with Mike Bone, Ali backed up Dana's statement and confirmed the offer was real.
Listen, I have rules. I don't talk about financial business, Dana was right. It was an offer it was made. But, sometimes, a little bit more money. Dana was not lying. But in reality, Justin, maybe he was not okay with the offer, But I think nobody in the UFC deserves to make more money than Justin Gaethje. I don't give a nobody. Even I was talking to Islam Makhachev yesterday. He's like, in the Hall of Fame, he should be the first one. Yeah. He make money, he should be the first one.
That is going to do it for today. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We will see you all tomorrow.